What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. And as you can see, we're just finishing up a new field that we just created. This will be field number 3 for us. And in this field, basically, it's just grass. It did have to do this field a little bit oddly because of some trees and things. Um, and didn't really want to take the time to lease the equipment just yet. Because this is just going to be grass, so it'll kind of just blend in anyway with everything else. So yeah, it does look a little bit different, but as you can see, it's a pretty good sized field. Um, can't really tell it right now because it is the middle of the night. I do apologize about that, but yeah, been working pretty much all day trying to get this field finished up and the other things that you had saw earlier on. Now, the bad thing is I did end up renting a mower. Unfortunately, I was unaware that, which I thought that may be the case, but I wanted to try it anyway, where it is so early in the spring. Just was not able to actually do the grass. So yeah, but as you can see, it's a pretty good sized field that we've got here of grass. Um, just want to watch where I'm going because there are some trees, and I don't know why this. I hired a helper, which is sometimes a bad thing. While I did some other things around the farm, um, and as you can see, they did leave a huge section because of a tree, which reminds me, I do need to go ahead and get a chainsaw and get some of these other trees down just around this field. And that way it'll kind of make working the field a little bit easier. Um, so yeah, I'm going to go ahead and finish this little section up here just so it's all neatly done. Because I don't like knowing that that there's a section that doesn't have anything planted. It'll bother me, um, even though it'll probably turn out okay because it's like I said, it is all grass, so it'll all blend in. But you'll still have this big, huge section of open field that's basically got nothing on it. And one thing I'm going to do, guys, and this is just um, for gameplay and things like that. I'm just going to kind of turn that off, simply because I don't really need it. Um, I just feel like for gameplay, I think it'll look better. But I do need to head toward the shop here. This is my chicken coop, and just so you guys can see here, I mean, as you can see, the chickens have been very busy. We're up to 408 of those little guys. So yeah, we've got quite a few new chickens. Um, the thing is, and I think I want to sell off some of the males just so it'll stop that. We're not getting nearly as many eggs as I was before. So I may end up selling off some of the chickens, just so eggs and things, the production gets boosted back up. But I've got this done now, so I'm gonna go ahead and put this back in the shed if I can. As you guys will know, I cannot back up certain pieces of equipment. It just doesn't work out for me. Um, yeah, that went horribly wrong. So yeah, while you guys laugh amongst yourselves, I'm gonna try to get this thing in here. Um, so yeah, it's not going well. Maybe I just inch it back. Maybe that'll be what I should do. Just inch her in slowly. And someone out there just said that's what she said. I'm certain of it. Um, so yeah, let's see. We're right there. I think that's gonna get it in. Yeah. Okay. Well, it took a good little while, but we finally got that put up. I'm gonna just leave that there. And then go ahead and come over to, well, I guess I could just leave the tractor in that bay too. Because it don't really matter. It's a pretty spacious section, so just put that there. And go ahead and put these doors down. Turn my light on. And yeah, we're closing up shop for the night, guys. It is the first day of spring, so it did get dark pretty early. It's just now 8:21. So yeah, it's just it's been a pretty productive day. We've got all the fields taken care of. We sowed some eggs. We've created another field, got it sown and ready to go. So yeah, we've been hard at it on the farm today. Um, and just need to close up some things for the night. And I'm just gonna hop in here and yeah, we'll sleep a little bit. It's 8, so probably going to go ahead and sleep for about 11 hours. It should be daylight by the time we get back up. Hopefully, it'll be daylight by 7 ish. So it is daylight. So, um, yeah, we need to now. We need a couple of things that we need to start looking at. We're going to definitely need. We're going to need to get a lawnmower. Um, of some sort. I'm just checking on our fields just to make sure that that there's no weeds or anything growing just yet. Once the weeds start to grow, it looks like we've already got some weeds on this back one back here. Yeah, we do. This backfield, it gets weeds very quickly. So let me get down to the shed and we'll get out a tractor and we'll head back up here and we'll take care of those weeds pretty quickly. I'll go ahead and just we'll spray the field pretty thoroughly on this one. And again, I mean, I know that's not what a lot of people do based on the gameplay that I have watched, but it's what I'm going to do. Simply because it'll be just one less, and I actually parked it in here. We'll go ahead and get this out. And, I could probably get that without opening that other door. So I'm just going to go ahead and. That did not turn quite as much as I'd hoped. But we'll try this again. So yeah, it looks like, yeah, there we go. So there we've got this bad boy. So we'll head up here and we'll get the field all sprayed. And that should take care of that field for the season. So let me go ahead and start unfolding this because it does fold out quite large. I'm not sure exactly how large it goes, but yeah, that's a pretty good reach that you have with this thing. So we'll go ahead and just turn on that, and just go ahead and turn on the sprayer. And it's not quite getting over to the edge, so let me go on over it. Well, there we go. I'll just go with that. It's not a big deal. But yeah, this thing it's just so big and awkward. It's a little bit difficult to get used to. So it's not going to take care of those, I don't guess. Huh. Well, we'll just have to let them mature, and then we'll take care of them once they've matured. I guess is the best thing to do. Because yeah, it's I'm not going to buy another piece of equipment to do the job that this one will do perfectly fine. So But that does kind of bring me back to one thing I do need to do. I do need to get that herbicide up to the actual farm. So hmm, I guess. Well, I guess the best thing to do for that. Um, Let me go ahead and get this back in here, and yeah, we'll just pull this right here. Like so, just yes. I'll go ahead and hop out of this one, and I guess we'll take the new tractor down to the shop and get it fitted with some new things. So let's go ahead and let's head on down to the shop and we'll get that taken care of. You know, shopping in this game is actually it's more pleasing than shopping in real life. I mean, I don't know where you guys are from, but where I'm from, I'm in southeastern Kentucky, and really, you know, the only place that we've got that essentially allows you to go, you know, to actually shop for a majority of things that you're going to need, whether it be food or, you know, just everyday items that you'll need around the house, is Walmart. And I know you're probably laughing over there, but you know, it's just, yeah, you know, we have to go to Walmart. There's just no way around it. That's what we've got to go with. And yeah, I mean, it's just it's if you're a people watcher, I'm sure you love it because there are some characters, and it appears based on videos that I've seen on YouTube and Facebook and all the other social medias that you know, yeah, it's not just your local Walmart. It's just Walmart in general. It's not saying anything about Walmart. It's just it's some of the people that shop there are, you know, a little bit crazy. Now, could that be the same at Costco too? I would imagine it could be. It could be the same way at Target. But the thing is, well, we don't really have that here. We don't have Target and or any of that in our little area. So I can only speak on Facebook or speak on Walmart, I should say. Which Facebook, let's face it, it's not always a whole lot better. You see some crazy stuff on Facebook too, but yeah, I mean, uh, yeah, it's just so this is much more pleasing because you don't have to deal um, with individuals that you may not want to deal with and individuals that you know. Um, I'm not. I'm not always a big people person, I guess is a good way to put it. Um, you know, I'm a homebody. I like to be at home, which fortunately for me, you know, I get to work from home now, so I don't really have to go out and do the things that I don't necessarily enjoy doing. That doesn't mean that I want to spend all my time at home. You know, I do enjoy going out to the lake um, or something like that. But the thing is, I don't really. I'm not huge. You know, it's just awkward for me you know, to interact with you know, with some people. You know, people that I went to school with and that I grew up with. You know, that I've known. You know, most of my life. It's no big deal. But you know, with new people, yeah, it's just one of those things that you know, it's not something I'm really good at. I don't. Well, I wouldn't say I'm not good at it. It's just I don't enjoy it. I know how to interact with people. You know, my job calls for that, but it's just you know, yeah, it's not something that I'm very fond of. I guess it's one of those things. And I guess I'm an introvert, and I just like uh, my time, my me time. I guess is the best way to put it. And you know, those of you that are like that, I'm sure you'll understand. I'm sure there's some people who'll be like, "You hate people." Well, I mean, I don't hate people. It's just I don't know. It's just one of those things that you know. It's I kind of stick to myself, and it's not because I dislike people. I love interacting with people, um, but I prefer to do it in moderation, because if I do it too often, it just kind of it just kind of drains me. I guess is the best way to put it. So yeah, anyway, I'm totally getting sidetracked talking about Walmart, then talking about people, and then talking about how interactions with some people just kind of drains me. Yeah, not really farmer simulated type stuff, but hey, it is what it is. You know, just trying to get this stuff back to the farm, so we'll have it ready to go for when we need it, because we will be needing it again. So we'll just bring this up here, and I'm just gonna set it. I'm just gonna set it right here. Just just right here on this piece of concrete somewhere. We'll set it back here in the back. That way it's out of the way. That's a nice place for it. Yeah, why don't I just tip it on over? So yeah, we've got that done. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm just gonna put this back in here because uh, I'm kind of weird with my tractors. I prefer to. I don't really want to use them unless I need to, simply because, keeping it realistic. I mean, the tractor is basically that one vehicle that you need on a farm. So you don't want to put unnecessary mileage on it. So for the little things like this, I'm just going to use this little guy. Um, just to kind of go around, check the fields, check the animals, well, the chickens, because that's the only animals I've got just yet. We'll see. We've got quite a few boxes up here. Let's go ahead and grab these. And you know what? We'll run them on up to the store too. Um, you guys are going to get a couple of visits to the store today, so sure that will make you very happy. Let's just set that in. And yeah, I'm not the neatest of people when it comes to setting things just so in this game. I know that. It's so it's just I just need to get it to the store. That's all. I need to get it there to sell it. And I'm just going to throw it in there, and I'll strap it down to where it's all nice and safe and it doesn't fly out. And then we'll head on down the road. I mean, that's just I'm a busy guy. I've got chickens to deal with. I'm gonna have to come back, and actually I need to come back and probably do some cleaning because I noticed that the cleanliness of the pins were a little bit low, a little bit lower than I like. So definitely going to need to come back and do that. So yeah, um, we'll get up here to the store really quick and get these dropped off. This little thing will just flat scoot, boys. I'm telling you, I love it. It's a great thing, and I think when we do decide to do the Indiana map, and we go squatching, I think this is going to be the perfect vehicle for us. Simply because there could be a couple of us that, well, it likes to get air. It's a good thing I painted it orange because it's like the General Lee. It loves to jump. So yeah, we got a decent payday there. Not super great, but actually, you know what? While I'm here, I wonder, I wonder if I can go ahead and just buy this, and I wonder if it'll just connect up to this little guy. Because if it will, and I can go ahead and take it to the farm, that would be great. So let's go ahead and just back on up here. Yeah, this little guy, this little mod is a good. Yeah, it's one of my favorite vehicle mods in terms of use. I mean, I love the truck simply because it's an old truck, but this thing, I'm telling you, it does so many things. And So yeah, it'll. Well, you can't really turn with it. Well, yeah. So we're gonna have to drive with it down, but that's okay. We'll get it back, and this is going to be a dangerous trip, guys. I would not recommend doing this at home. Uh, you know, so yeah, because it definitely once you get going, it definitely you lose a little bit of that turning ability. So, but it is what it is. I've driven old muscle cars that had about 300,000 miles on them, so I know what a little bit of play in the steering wheel feels like. So I think I'll be all right. So yeah, we're going to get this back to the farm, and I don't know. Hopefully, hopefully it'll allow us to cut some grass, so we can start that because we're getting there. Well, yeah, don't put the heavy thing on the rear end either, because it does. It was a drift king there. It was drifting. It was pretty nice. It was like old Supra. But yeah, anyway, we'll get this back up here to the farm, and we'll get it attached to something that it should be attached to, like a tractor. Um, so yeah, let's go ahead and just put that here, and we'll just we'll just pull him back in here for now. Just kind of out of the way. And you know what? I like this guy. This right here, I really do enjoy that. I really hope that I didn't change the audio so much that you can't hear this, because I mean this thing. Um, I mean it just sounds amazing. I'm gonna have to take the old big bag handler off there. Just drop you right there, and we'll pull on around and we'll get connected up to it, and yeah, we'll see if it'll allow us to cut. It didn't allow us to cut yesterday, but we'll try again today. That way, maybe we could get two cuts, in a season. I mean, that would be ideal. Um, so we'll see. So it is letting us cut. So good. Wonder how far it'll let us cut to. So that's as far as it's going to let us cut. Okay. So I'm just going to come in from that a little bit so it doesn't cause too much problem when we go to collect it. And things like cutting grass while at home, it's a chore, but in the game, it's not so bad. It's not so bad. But of course, um, you know, you're playing a game, so manual labor in a game is not really manual labor. Um, yeah, we've got that pretty decent. I don't know how far it's going to let me go over on that rock, but we'll just get all the way to the edge here of it, and then that way that's that. Really need to come in with the old paint tool and take out some of these flowers and have it nothing but grass, because grass is something that we're going to need, um, you know, with the animals. So that's definitely going to be more important than, some pretty flowers, because, we don't really care if the farm's pretty. We don't have a missus. I mean, if you've seen the bed in there, you would know why. Um, there's no lady that's going to be willing to come to a man's house and sleep in a bed like that. So yeah, we're alone out here in no man's land. All by our lonesome, just us and the chickens, and the guy that runs the shop, which is he's an odd fellow. Um, so we talk to him when we must, but yeah, he's a weird guy. I think he likes his bourbon, which it being from Kentucky, I could understand why. But yeah, it's so yeah, it is what it is, guys. You know, living that farmer life, you live that life, you live it alone. don't really have any buddies to hang out with because of where we are. There's no other people around. So yeah, you should really come visit me. I get lonely and stuff. You know, visit me on my farm virtually, not in real life. Don't be that weird creeper stalker guy. But yeah, and just in real life, that would be cool. Wouldn't or I should say that would not be cool. That would be kind of weird, kind of awkward. Ain't gonna lie. But yeah, we'll just get all this cut. We'll cut up to this big rock here. Really need to come in here and take these rocks out too. There's so many rocks, and they're just so difficult to deal with. Well, they're not really difficult to deal with. They're just in times like this, I would rather they not be there. You know. So I'm gonna make this a little bit bigger because we've got a lawnmower that you know it's on the front of a tractor. So let's not cut the water. I don't think we can do that. We'll cut this all real nice, and then we'll come in and we'll collect it, and we'll go on to the next section, and so on and so forth. But yeah, it's we definitely need to get rid of some of these rocks. That's going to be the next thing. So get rid of some rocks because, well, they're just in the way now, guys. We've got things going on, and they're just in the way. We're trying to get stuff done, and that's hard to do when you've got giant rocks, just in the middle of your property. So yeah, we're getting there though. We're slowly but surely getting there, and I thought about playing some other maps, guys, but then I was thinking, you know what? Farming Simulator 22 is just a couple months away. So how much time does that really give me to do the things that I want to do on this? And don't get me wrong, when Farming Simulator 22 comes out, until there's mods and things, I will likely still come back to this game, just because, you've got so many mods and things on this game that you can switch it up. And I tried Switchback Mountain or Switchback Canyon, I should say, is the actual name of it. And I got to tell you guys, it's it's difficult. Not really. I shouldn't say it's difficult, and that was just a horrible job. What am I doing? I'm not paying attention to what I'm doing. I'm cutting the grass pretty poorly. Oh man, this is just. But anyway, yeah. So as I was saying about the Switchback Canyon, I did play it some earlier today. I didn't record any on it because I just kind of wanted to get a feel of it. And you know what? I think what I might do is I might go ahead and wrap this up because it's just me cutting grass. And, it's not really all that, that exciting of a thing. But I do want to show you one of my main things about that map. And one of the things that, it made me think, well, what are we going to do with this? So we're going to go ahead and when I come back, that's what we'll be doing. We'll be on that map, and so yeah, let me go ahead. I'll finish cutting the grass, and then we'll hop over there. Okay, guys, welcome back. And as you can see, we are on Switchback Canyon, and even in starting from scratch mode, they do give you quite a bit of equipment. You've got this starting out. You've got a couple of semis. You've got the Hulk and the Warrior. You've got the Scorpion King, the Buffalo. You've got this little Massey Ferguson loader. You've got a truck. You've got the Timber Runner, which is just the bed for hauling logs, and then you've got this guy to get the stumps, and this guy to um, handle the logs, and then this trailer that I loathe to transport the equipment. So, everything's all well and good, I guess. You look at it, you're like, okay. I don't know why they would have put it on there like that, but it's on there like that. We'll get in, we'll start the vehicle up, and so yeah, we got everything loaded up. So let's go ahead and let's head there. We'll go ahead and I'll set the old cruise control to about 10 mile an hour so it doesn't get too awfully fast. Um, but yeah, I'll just kind of show you. I mean, you can't really tell it in like a just a regular truck. But in one of these, it gets very, very. Well, I'll just show you when we get there. But I mean, it's a beautiful map. Beautiful. I love it. It's like it's kind of like a hilly Wilhelmina forest, and I do like this. It really reminds me of the Pacific Northwest. And if there's, I know we mentioned, you know, the Indiana map, and Sasquatch, but if there's any map that should have Sasquatch in it, I definitely think it should be this one. This definitely reminds me of the home of a Squatch for sure. But yeah, I mean, they start you out with some really, really great equipment, at no cost. It's not leased or anything, so you don't have to worry about that. Um, the thing is, as you can see, I mean, this trailer is just, it gets hung up on just everything because it's so low. Um, so, what you effectively have to do is, I mean, you have to work it, um, and just to see if you can, uh, get it. I mean, this truck is struggling, and I think it's one of the most, it's one of the more powerful trucks on the game. But it's struggling so bad, and it's that trailer because that trailer is just so low. Um, and I mean, even now, just trying to back up, I mean, it's not going well, and I mean, we can't. We're effectively stuck. Okay, I mean that's basically all there is to it. We're stuck. Um, and I know that we'll probably be able to. What we'll have to effectively end up doing is let's go ahead and we'll have to get this guy off of here. Okay, so we'll go ahead and we'll get this off of here, and I'll show you the what I've found that works, but it doesn't get hung up quite as easily. But we'll just park this right here for now, just because it's no, that's not at all what I wanted to do. So we'll just park this guy here for now, and hopefully that will make it to where we can at least move now. Maybe not. So we can move a little bit now. So we need to bring this guy in some. It just because this thing it just drags so easily. So now what we need to do is let's go ahead and let's turn up here. If it'll go, and it's not going to go. So effectively what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to pull one of these. I kind of wish that tree wasn't there. So we'll just have to pull around the tree, I guess. Okay. Hope it goes. It's going. We'll just get this turned around and then we'll take it back. And we'll get something that's a little bit higher off the ground. Because this actually got me looking at other low trailers that other options that we have, other low loaders that that we have on this game as far as mods go. Because I mean, it's just we didn't even make it a mile, and we were already struggling. I mean, it gets worse. It gets a whole lot worse. So let's go ahead. Let's go in here. Let's sell this and sell this, and then we need to go and we need to look at the low loaders. So this is the one that we have. We know that it's not really working for us. So the other one is this one. Or this one, which this one is just, it is massive, guys. It is so massive. And with the turns that you have to make in this map, it just doesn't work. I mean, just look at this thing. I mean, it's a great trailer, don't get me wrong, but just look how massive. And I mean, it's perfect, but it's a huge trailer, and it's just not, it's not something that you want to take on this map that has all these switchbacks and things. So, I tried it and I just saw, I was like, it's just not going to work. So I found this guy. Now this one, it's still pretty long. But it does pretty well. I would recommend getting it with the ramps just to make loading and unloading much easier. And we'll go ahead and we'll buy it because we're going to have to. And then let's see, it's right up here. So let's run up here. We'll grab it. Then we'll get back down to our piece of equipment, and we'll see how much further we can make it with this. So yeah, let's just go ahead and back up here, and we'll get loaded up. And I mean, the truck is nice too. It's a beautiful truck, but it's just, it's one of those things that the one thing about this trailer that I don't like is it's not quite wide enough for the equipment. So it's only just wide enough. So you do run into some problems there, but you've got a little bit more ground clearance, so you don't hang up on every little thing. And I know that that I took that curve wrong. I mean, I know I'm going to get that in the comments. Well, you went here when you needed to go. And I understand that. I understand I needed to be over, toward on this side of the road for that. But, a lot of people that play this game, they're not going to know that. So, we'll go ahead, we'll hop out here, and we'll go back to this guy, and we'll get it loaded up. And the one thing I don't like about this is the way it wiggles in the middle. I don't really like that, especially when you're trying to load it on one of these trailers, because you basically, I mean, as you can see, you're going to be hanging over the edge. So I just put it here because I mean that's as good as it's going to get. And you can put this down if you want to. Just don't put it too low to where it starts lifting those front tires off the ground. And if you wanted to pull it in a little bit tighter, you could. That way it's kind of not catching trees and things. But yeah, let's go ahead and let's turn that off. And let's hop back in here. Let's put the back up. So there we go. We're all loaded up, and we should be ready to go on this. So let's go ahead and let's trickle on down here to the next treacherous part of this map. This is the because I'll just kind of show you what I decided on as far as where I wanted to be. I wanted to start here in this section of land, right here. Because it's a good sized section of land. You're going to have a lot of timber, and when you get done, you've got a decent little section here that you could you're right on the water. You could build a decent sized farm here. I mean, it's going to take some work leveling it out and things, but this is where I decided that I would like to start. This is a good start point for me. This is where I can build my farm, and then slowly work out from there. So that's where I want to be. So I mean, it is a you do have some distance you've got to cover to get there, and in this truck with this heavy equipment, um, it's a trek. I mean, it really is. It's really fun. Kind of navigating and just paying attention to what you're doing. But there's one section up here, and I'll show you guys when we get here. This right here, this right here is a hairy part too, and this is why the other trailer just would not work. I could not get it. As you could see, I mean that was my front tire was coming off the ground, and it was just it's very difficult to get onto this bridge from there. In that other trailer, it's heavier, and you lose steering, and that's the one thing you need in this. But right here comes the real fun part, guys. And I'll show you as we start up. We pedal to the metal here. We start up, and then you start to lose traction, and then is it going to make it this time? It would not go for nothing earlier. Yep. See, this is as far as you get. It's doesn't matter what you do. This is as far as you get with this truck. Um, so what you effectively have to do is you have to do this. Um, it just and as you can see, the truck it's turned off. It's not on, and it's still rolling back down the hill. It's just this is a really steep incline. Um, so we'll disconnect this, and even my trailer is still rolling down the hill. Um, so yeah, we'll okay. So we've got it here. Let's see. Can we at least get it up out of the way a little bit? So hopefully there the trailer will stay. As you can see, I mean, once you take that trailer off too, I mean, it's really hard to get this thing just to going. Um, and it's not that it's not a great vehicle, because if we go and look, uh, it's got 550 horsepower. So it's got plenty of power. Um, you know, so if we look at other options that we have, this guy only has 460, so I doubt it's going to do any better. This guy's, though it is a 6x6, it's only got 462. So would that really do any better? I really don't know. And then you've got this one that's got 500. It is a four-wheel drive. And then you've got this one that we're in that's got 550. It's struggling. It won't do it. And actually, I think I did try one of these two trucks here. I can't remember which one, but it just would not do it. Now, the funny thing is, if you go all the way over here, you look at this little guy, it's $40,000, right? got 240 horsepower, but as you can see, look at those tires. And I think this is where it comes in. I don't know if that's an actual mechanic in the game, but I really think this is where that comes in. And you can do this one, which it does add, as you can see, it does add $5,000 to it, but it's an upgraded engine that boosts you up to 600 horsepower. I recommend doing that. And then the wheel setup, if you're going to play this map, just kind of pay attention. These are the fattest tires, so they're going to give you the best traction. Uh, so I definitely recommend going with them. And this, guys, as crazy as it sounds, um, it being as cheap as it is, and we'll actually just to kind of save some time here and show you guys. Um, I'll go ahead and this is the one that we have, so we'll go ahead and we'll sell it. Okay, and we don't have a vehicle, but what we'll do is we'll hop over here to this one. Now this one, it's a much cheaper truck. You don't spend nearly as much on this truck, because as you can see, after I sold the other truck, I've now got $41,050 more than what I started out with. Now, we had even lost some on the trailer, so it's even more than that. So let's go ahead, let's hop in this guy, and let's go on up to where that trailer is. And I was really shocked about this, and I don't know if it's where it's a mod, and I don't know if it's because I think more or less it's those tires and the fact that this thing is a 6x6. It's a true off-road truck. Like I said, one of the reasons I like this truck and the similar trucks to it that like the log truck, the little the single. It's not a semi. I like them because they really remind me of those trucks that are in Mud Runner. Yeah, so in those trucks, I mean, they handle pretty much everything. But yeah, I mean, if you look at this bridge, I mean, I'm surprised we got across it without it collapsing, to be honest. But let's see if we can get around this. And then we'll back on down and we'll connect up. And now, bear in mind that with this one, I mean, I don't know if it'll do it with, without the run and go, but without the run and go that the other truck got. Let's see if it'll do it. I'm sorry about that, guys. Because I know earlier I was able to, and it looks like our tractor's actually coming off, so. Yeah, it looks like it's going to make a liar out of me now, but let's go ahead. Let's hop back here. And let's get in this thing. Oh, first thing we need to do is we need to do this. Yeah, that's not scary at all. So let's get this guy off of here, because this, which earlier when I did it, I did start from the beginning. I wanted to try it, and I started each one out from the actual store. So that may have been what it was. I did not have that extra little boost. So we'll see if we can navigate it back down. This should be interesting. So, so I'm trying to turn, but it won't really turn. So let's see if we can straighten it up a little bit so I can get away from those rocks. That's not any better. But we got away from the rocks a little bit, so that'll be a little bit better, I think. So let's go ahead and try to get that as flat as possible, because I know that I might need to just. And the bed's just decided that it wanted to. I don't know why it slid down like that for. This has not gone well. But anyway, we'll just do it from right here, I guess. Okay, so we should be able to, from right here, we should be able to back it up good enough to. See how that does. Okay, so that is at least laying flat, but the thing is, the bed won't turn. So it's yeah, we'll do it like this. So let's hop out, and I did that to save time, and we really didn't save any time at all. So uh, we'll get this guy up on here as best as we can, and we'll go ahead and turn it off and hop out, and we'll get back in this guy. We'll go ahead and hold that up, and then we'll see if we can't get on up here. Because earlier it did go up for me. I mean, it was a struggle, but it made it, which shocked me because, and as you can see, I mean that incline is so steep. I think what happens is as you can see, um, the actual piece of equipment slides back, and it's taking some of that weight off of those tires, um, and it's just causing it to lose traction. Um, at least that's how it would happen in real life. I know that this is a game, but I mean, as you can see, I mean, this truck that is much cheaper, much more inexpensive, was able to make it up that hill. You know, relatively easy. I mean, not I shouldn't say relatively easy, but much easier um, than the much more expensive vehicles. So yeah, I mean, guys, I mean, if you have it available to download, I mean, I definitely recommend this guy. This one and this one, and there's also another one that I like to use, and it's right here. It's this guy, same truck basically, same basic design. It's just these trucks, they do so well. And they're very versatile, and they're very inexpensive. And the thing that I really like about them is they just got that old school look to them. And I do like that. I won't lie. That's a part of the reason why I like it. But yeah, I mean, that's just, something that I figured out, guys. I mean, um, is there a way that you could probably use the Hulk that to get that up there? You probably could. I don't really know if there's a better a better line to take, or whatever the case may be. But I mean, it just struggled so badly, and it basically at one point when I was playing, I don't know what happened. It's like the I was pressing the R2 to go forward, and the truck just wanted to go in reverse, and it just kept reversing, and yeah, it went badly. It did not go well. So I decided, I'm going to look at some other trucks, and I did try a couple others, and I mean, this cheap little guy that that cost a fraction. I mean, as you can see, you buy the Alt brand new, it's $143,000. Now, could you go with this guy and it may be able to do it? It's possible, but it's much more expensive. As you can see, $40,000 to get this truck. And I mean, I did an upgrade to the bumper as well. But if you just do the engine to the 600 horsepower engine, look at that, $44,000. So you're saving almost $100,000. Basically, $99,000 is what you're saving on the price. So, do I think it's worth it? Certainly, I definitely think that this little thing is worth it. It may not be as customizable because I think in terms of paint, I mean, you've got these options. You've got a blue, you've got this, you've got the dark blue, you got dark gray, gray, then you've got this brown color, and then last, you've got the orange. So it's not customizable or as customizable as some of the other vehicles, but it's one of those things that, like I've said a couple other times, it's so versatile and it does things that much more expensive vehicles are not capable of doing. And to me, that means more than how customizable it is. And I mean, there are things that you can do. Like I said, I did not try it with the thinner tires, so I don't know if that makes a difference. These are the tires that I did it with, the ID P 284s, because they are a little bit wider, and I do think, in real life anyway, that gives you more traction. And at the end of the day, when you're carrying anything that's heavy on a trailer, traction is key, especially when you're going up inclines. So I think that helps. And I mean, it's just a cool looking old truck too. Yeah, or at least to me it is. I mean, it looks like an old logging truck. So yeah, I just wanted to kind of share that with you guys. I don't know if I'm going to be doing a whole lot of gameplay on this specific one, because there's other things that I want to do. I want to do the Indiana map because of Sasquatch, and I want to do Wilhelmina Forest because to me, that's been, as far as the logging maps go, that's been my favorite. So I'm definitely going to be doing some gameplay on that. I mean, but at some point, I mean, I may hop in here and we may actually do some gameplay on it. But anyway, guys, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up with that. If you enjoyed the content, if you enjoyed the video today, just please leave a like. I would greatly appreciate it. And if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to the channel if you're watching the videos on a regular basis and you're enjoying the content. That would help me out greatly. And, in the comments below, guys, let me know. I mean, what are some of your favorite mods? What are some of the trucks that you like to use, and, the different pieces of equipment that you like to use on a regular basis? Because I've shared quite a few of mine with this, and then the Subsolar and things like that. So yeah, definitely let me know in the comments below what you enjoy. And, anyway, guys, that's going to pretty much wrap it up for this video. So have a great rest of your day, evening, night, or wherever you are. Have a good one.